There are certain running backs that you just can kind of feel they're coming.
Plan on drafting any Rams? That is a veiled question asking about your confidence in Matthew Stafford. So your thoughts on Hunter this year? Are you in, out, indifferent? Where are you? I am curious because you're still drafting. We had a bunch of high-end guys who are not going to play week one and early in the season. Joe Mixon, Jordan Addison, Brandon Aiyuk, of course, Rashee Rice, which you correctly called on the podcast that I did with you 3 weeks ago, Chris Godwin. Are you buying the dip on any of those dudes, or are you just like, I think I'm good?
Well, I think that the dip is baked into their value, right? You wouldn't take them high up, but if they're sitting there at the right spot, I got no issue with some of those guys. Like,
okay.
You know, Rashee Rice's ADP is, what is it, 60 now, John? And Addison's, I'm going to guess, about 85, 90?
Yeah. Godwin is like probably 120 now. Rice 65. Addison about 85, 90. Aiyuk is like 120 plus. Mixon, who knows? His ADP might be infinity at this point. Adam, I think people are very scared of Joey Mixon.
I think they should be. Like, we have not heard anybody say he's expected back. Like, you could take a flyer and be waiting on him. I don't know, and maybe you'll be rewarded for it, but typically running backs who have a lot of wear and tear in their careers and have foot injuries, ankle injuries, that's a tough one. So we'll see about that. Brandon Aiyuk makes me a little nervous, when he's back. Listen, he's a great player when he's healthy, but he had major damage on his knee last year. And so to think that he's going to come back as Brandon Aiyuk this season, I don't know how realistic that is. I think he can be back and can contribute, but to think that he's going to be at a lot, I'm not expecting that from him this season.
Yeah. I actually heard, Adam, that the Juwan Jennings thing was really, he was just upset, miffed about, the contract. Maybe he was holding in. I see he's back practicing this week. Juwan Jennings, I mean, he is really good. You know me, I love Ricky Pearsall, but Jennings is really good.
Really good. And I think obviously that was related to his contract. I actually think he did have a calf injury, and I think he had a contract issue.
Yeah.
And the fact that he's back right now, look, John, these things get done when they have to get done. Like, if we go back to last week alone, we saw Terry McLaurin sign, we saw Trey Hendrickson sign, and we saw Micah Parsons sign.
Yep.
Why? Because it was 2 weeks out of the opener. Yeah, you got to make it happen, right? And so Juwan Jennings is on a similar timeline. If he gets to Sunday and there's no deal, I think that's problematic, and I'd be worried if I drafted and rostered him. But I think if you're a Juwan Jennings person where you've got him on your team, I think you're hopeful that they have a breakthrough at some point this week, get it done, and that you're holding somebody who's going to be a contributing wide receiver this year.
Chopping it up with our guy, Adam Schefter, of course, of ESPN, the Adam Schefter podcast. He's ubiquitous. You'll see him all over the place the next 5 months. It's a beautiful thing. It's a great time to be alive. I got to ask you about Travis Hunter because, I do try to predict guys who disappoint. Why? Because it happens all the time. I'm not one of these people like, I love everybody. I'm not that into Travis Hunter. So your thoughts on Hunter this year as a fantasy pick around 65 overall? Are you in, out, indifferent? Where are
you? The guy is an unbelievable talent. And there are going to be times that they use him a lot on offense, but there are going to be times that they might not. And I think his ADP right now is about 50, 55, I'm guessing.
60, 65, 55. Yeah, in that range. That's up there.
So in that range, you're taking him ahead. In that range, you're taking him ahead of Jalen Waddle, George Pickens, Matthew Golden. There's some other good receivers right in that range. I'm sure you could. Juwan Jennings, Ricky Pearsall, and Travis Hunter has that kind of ability. Calvin Ridley, another one, right? So, I'm just taking a look right now. In that range, Calvin Ridley, Emeka Egbuka, Roma Dunze.
I don't see it.
I don't see it.
I
don't either. I'm not doing that. Now, I'm sure there are going to be games where I see it and I go,
exactly.
He is some player. But are we getting steady 16, 17, 18-point weeks out of him, I want to see that first before I believe
we're on the same page. Absolutely. Are you eyeballing anyone in terms of the trade marketplace? I mean, we already had one with Brian Robinson. We have, we know the names of people who are, somewhat shaky ground. Breece Hall, maybe, Jacoby Myers, Rashad White. I mean, it's been pretty active with the trades. Seems like that's going to continue this year.
The Raiders don't want to deal Jacoby Myers. So, again, Let's see how the season goes, but that's not something they're looking to do. Rashad White, I have not heard that name, although the Bucs have a lot of running backs. I will point out to you that they like Sean Tucker, and they like the undrafted rookie that made the team, Josh Williams, too. So they're kind of deep at running back. And, in fact, I've wondered that. I really like Bucky Irving, but they like so many running backs that I wonder if that cuts into Bucky's value at all, as opposed to Josh Jacobs or somebody like that, right? I'm curious about that. Like, I watched Bucky Irving last year. I'm like, this guy's spectacular. But I think Tampa really wants to run the ball. I think they got a lot of guys there, too. Now, Bucky's the best of them. But is there going to be work for Rashad White and for Sean Tucker and for Joshua? I'm curious about that.
Yeah, I think Rashad is a great receiver, great hands, all that. He is also in the final year of his rookie deal, so maybe they don't have much plans for him, and they can get something for him. A couple of more here for our guy, Adam Schefter. Thanks again for giving us 10, 12 minutes of your life. Now, I'm going to ask you this. Did you draft, or are you planning on, of course, your big drafts are still to come. Are you planning on drafting any Rams? That is a veiled question asking about your confidence in Matthew Stafford.
I'm in a 12-team league, and I'm a 16-team league. I don't think Matthew Stafford is going to get drafted in a 12-team league. In a 16-team league, if I was stuck at the quarterback position, would I take him? Yeah, I would take him. Yeah. Like, do I think he's going to be one of the first 12 quarterback pick? No. So if you're asking me that from a health standpoint, I think he's going to be out there Sunday. I think he's going to play. He has the chance to have some really good numbers. But, they love to run the ball so much in the red zone that also compromises his fantasy value. Like, how many touchdowns did Kyron Williams score last year? How many might Blake Corum score this year? But Matthew Stafford, do I think he's going to play on Sunday? Yeah. Do I think he's going to be out there for most of their? I'm reasonably confident. As much as his back has been an issue, you take an injection on Sunday, and the guy's proven warrior anyway, and you get through it.
I know you're tight with Denver. I told the great story about the Clinton Portis call from 20 years ago. I'm still not over it. Like, you crushed that information. So you're dialed in with Denver.
John,
I like RJ Harvey. Yeah.
Yeah. I will say, before you bring up Clinton Portis, that was a fun one. I had Alvin Kamara his rookie year. I told all my friends that one. I had Kyron Williams. There are certain running backs. I was a year early on Kyron. I stuck with him, was rewarded for it. There are certain running backs that you just could kind of feel they're coming.
RJ Harvey, I know Sean Payton likes him. The only thing is, I just wonder, it might be a little slow out of the gate, but any thoughts on there? I mean, there's a big opportunity. I don't know about as great as Kamara, but it's somewhat comparable to the Kamara situation back in 2017.
I think it is comparable. I think that if you remember that year, Kamara finally broke through in week 4 or 5 when the Saints were playing in London. I remember it distinctly because he was on my teams. And I told a bunch of people that drafted him, and I think he scored 2 touchdowns in London, if my memory serves me correct, in his rookie year, which I'm going to guess was 7, 8, 9 years ago. And he was awesome from there. I think Denver's plans going into the season are, we got J.K. Dobbins, we got R.J. Harvey, we got Jaleel McLaughlin. There's going to be work for all. Now, I think with R.J.
We got to
Harvey,
run. Adam, sorry. I'm so sorry, Adam. We actually have to cut it off here. My bad. Adam Schefter, everybody.
Thanks for watching, but don't let the betting insights end here. If you want an extra edge this football season, you can get a month of VSiN Pro right now absolutely free. That means access to our betting insights, analysis, and tools like our betting splits at zero cost to you. Click the link in the description to sign up.